Oh, my alien students, how are you all? Actually, yesterday I did one video on the same topic, which I thought was, it was really ringing my head the whole day. Okay, thinking, not John Standard the way he taught last class, isn't it? I was really, to be honest, I'm not trying to make excuses here, but I was really tired yesterday's class. So anyway, I will make one beautiful video today, and on the same topic about dimensioning, etc. Okay, dimensioning and text and multi-leaders, etc., etc. Okay, let's suppose you need to understand the meaning of it. Once you understand the meaning, okay, then things will be very easy. So you don't by heart what you're doing. Okay, let's suppose we have this layout. I've just drawn a layout. Okay, a drawing sheet, I would say. On this we will print it. Okay, so let me just show you what I mean. First, can you see this icon here? Plot. Okay, you would say click printer. You don't have a printer here, so this will be DWG to PDF. We want to convert the drawing to a PDF, and then we want it to be in an ISO A3 paper, right? It is a landscape. Click Windows, click insertion point to end point. Okay, and click center and landscape, and we said we wanted ISO expand, right? Yeah. So the margin is a bit lower. Okay. Say preview. Say no worries. Okay. So this is the layout on which when you print you will be seeing this, which looks good. I don't have no comments on that. Okay. Yeah. All good. Okay. Now the question is, let's suppose we have an object. Okay, just a normal object. Let's say a line, or let's say a square. Make a square. Let's say it's of say 25 units, 25,000 units by, let's say, 10,000 units. Okay, so this is a rectangle with dimension. You should measure distance. Okay, 25,000 and 10,000. This looks normal. Okay, my question is, okay, there are two questions here actually coming up. I want to add a text here. A text. Text means this this text. It's a multi-line text. Okay, and let's say I do something like this and say this is a text. Okay, this is a text. Okay, fine, looks normal. But when I pressed enter, did I press escape or did I press enter? Okay, let's just repeat it again. This is a text, and say okay, close editor. And I think what's happening is it is too small. Yeah, it's too small. You see, and this is a text. One text is here, and I guess the other text is somewhere here. I believe and this is my let's say way I think. Okay, assumption is I wrote this text not to do hide and seek, in the sense I don't want to zoom so much to see this text, isn't it? I want it to be visible, like this XYZ layout. I've done this to avoid any copyright or whatever. Yeah, so my question is, this looks normal. SA Australia, isn't it? This gets normal. This looks clear. My what was my question? My aim was, I don't want to write a text which I have to zoom or take a magnifying glass to see. This doesn't make the job done, isn't it? Okay, and when I print it, let's make it the story of printing. Click plot, and let's say previous plot. Don't think AutoCAD is very helpful this time because it didn't say okay. I just cancel that time. Looks like where is it? Yep. Expand. Okay. I think I do this mistake every time. Yeah. I can't even see the text, leave alone, isn't it? When I print it, I can't even see it. But these all text looks normal, which looks good. John and whatever, you know, my initials and whatever, it looks normal. It looks doesn't look bad. But the text, this is text, does not appear. So one of the options would be, okay, I would not say okay, I just say cancel, and then I'd have to redo the work again. One of the options would be, you know, this is what many people I've seen doing, is select the text and the text height. Now this is 100, right? Now they multiply this by 100, which is roundabout you get the answer correct, okay? Which looks correct. This is what I want. But my question is, okay, I have another smaller. Let's say this is 1 by 100, right? Let's make this drawing smaller. Copy this drawing to the side, okay? And I'm going to make the same drawing, scaled version of it. Let's say a smaller version. I just don't want this text. Yeah, I will deselect it, don't worry. Select the object, type scale. From here, I have to say reference. This was 100. I need it to be 10. Okay, so this is 1/10 of this, isn't it? So I would say go in here and change the scale to be 1 by 10. Oh, I forgot to write change the text height. Anyway, what will happen is, I just trying to make it over exaggerate here. For this drawing looks fine. If you say come here, you see the scale is 22.5, which looks good, which is what I want. My question is, how do I give you one more example, maybe that it will be more clearer. I have a dimension. I'm going to add a dimension, normal dimension, and you see I need to zoom to see the number. It's become headache for everyone, isn't it? You can say where is it? Text height, it is 100, so you say 225. Doesn't look bad, but you know, this is like, you know, this is, I would say, human work or sheep's work, doing every time I have to do that. I would like some method, okay, where I can use, okay, or let's say, yeah, I can use this method even if the scale is 100, and let's say I have here scale 1:10, and make one more version for you. Okay, there's a trick here. Okay, I want you to understand the trick here. I copy this one here. Say scale. From here, I said reference. This would be considered as 10, and I would like it to be 1. Okay, this is 1:1. Okay. Okay. Now my question is, okay, now is a scaled version of the same object. This is 1 by 100. 1:10. We don't want this for time being. Rub this. My question is, okay, something simple, very simple question is coming up for everyone. Yeah, is I would like to, you know, when I come here, I want AutoCAD to do the conversion, etc., etc. And when I come here, I want AutoCAD to do. I don't want to go to the properties palette. I have no comments going to the properties palette, but I think it's kind of human or sheep method. Sheep means goat, or you know, camel or cow method, or not cow. Sheep. You know what's a sheep, right? Anyway, okay. So back to the story. Not an alien method. I want something alienish. Okay. What one method would be is to do an annotative scale. So what I would generally recommend is, okay, if you attended one of my classes, yeah, you'll always see that John puts the dimension. I teach you dimension, text, etc. last, in the sense when you know how to draw it, and when you're done ready for printing, then you put the text. Why? You'll understand now. Okay, now let's suppose I have put the paper as a layout, it's 1:100, okay, and we want to print this. Okay, we want to, let's say before I print, I want to add dimensions for that. Okay, now first thing is, you're going to come and see this scale here. What's the scale? 1:100. So what you're going to do is, okay, before that, this is a trick here. Okay. Remember this procedure, you will never ever forget. We're going to talk this procedure for text, dimension, leaders. Okay, you can use the same for everywhere. Text. Okay, click here, standard, and just say new. Write anything, write something meaningful. Annotated. Just put a word annotated. Why? This doesn't just a name. And click annotative. Okay, what does this mean? Means paper text. Paper text means, you know, what you see behind. When I print it, it's called paper. You're going to print it what? To paper, isn't it? When I print it, what is the size of that text? That is what he's asking you. So generally, I would prefer having a paper text, sorry, the text height to be 2.25 when I print it. When I print it, what do you mean? In a couple of minutes you will understand. Okay, so just make sure this annotative is checked and write the text height 2.25. Click apply and then make sure this is selected and say set as current. So any text whatever I'm going to write now, assuming it will be in my style, which is style annotative. Okay, set current and say close. And so you just want to double check this guy is here. Similarly, let's say for dimensioning, I would say new, click annotative, all dimension. There is a trick here. Okay, there is something very good. You have many questions in the exam, AutoCAD certified professional exam for drafting and design and drafting based on this. Okay, this is something very beautiful. Okay, topic. Maybe I teach you this maybe in some other class or something. My aim was to teach you today annotation. So let's continue. Let's keep moving forward. Continue. Okay, text height. I need a text of 2.25. Generally, that's a beautiful height. Okay, if you want to make bigger, I have no objection, but I think it's good to have a 2.5 uniform based on your company standard. Okay, move forward. Move forward. Looks fine. Arrow size looks good. Yeah, all good. Yeah, fine. So say okay, and click. This is the copy of, I think I just created it. Say set as current and say close. Okay, so when I come here, I should be seeing this beautiful icon, the blue, say Mitsubishi or Mercedes icon. Okay, okay. So now, is this clear so far? Okay. Now let's just, this being good habit, I'm in dimension layer. Okay, so I'm in the layer dimension. Any comments so far? Just let me know. Layer is done. I have this set correct. Now what I will do is, I am in which scale? 1:100. I come here, click 1:100. So I have to see 1:100 down below. Can you see this? Yes, I can see it now, which is matching the scale which I am going to draw, isn't it? Okay, then I want to write a text. Don't worry. Click assign material, and this is a text. Okay, blah blah. Oh, sorry, if I'm on a dimension, I would put a text on a text layer, because I would just say no. So I have a text layer. I have a text layer. And then we say okay. This is a 1:100 text, which looks good. When I print it, you will see this might look, you say, John, a bit small. When I print, you will see it beautifully. Okay, this is what I wanted to look at. Okay, just select the object. It is 1:100. How do I know it? I can see here the scale is 1:100, which is what is here, which is good. Following company standards, as they say. Okay, linear dimension from here to here, isn't it? We can see it looks good. So I think what's the problem is, if you are zooming to see it, that means this object is for this drawing scale. Maybe if I make this drawing at a scale of 80 in the layout, I can see this much better. So that means what the scale which I've used for this drawing is the scale for the layout. I would say this scale I can make it, let's say 80. So this will fit the whole page, right? Because so much space is left for waste of space, isn't it? Anyway, so back to my story. Let's see if I have something, all because it's all scaled objects, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to increase the scale of the object, so really it looks good. Okay, this is clear. First part. Again, I make the same mistake. It had to be in dimension layer. Okay. So when I print this drawing, I think I should do one sprint so I can do the previous one. Say window. I know I have not done that. Center to plot. I need it to be 1:100. I need ISO. Okay, looks good, isn't it? When I print it, you will get something which looks normal. You can, if you want, you can change the text height after I need it to be in which scale. Okay, I hope this much is clear. Now coming back to this subject, this topic, let's say this scale is 1:10. Okay, if I do what I did before, having it at 100, this is I'm doing something wrong just to show you what's the problem. This looks too big, isn't it? The text is coming out of, isn't the dimensions are too big. So what I would do is, as I told you before, make sure your dimension layer is on. This is in drawn. This object fits in a layout of 1:10. It looks so good, isn't it? It almost fixes the whole thing, which is good. Change to 1:10. Then come and put your dimension. And then say, John, it looks good, isn't it? If you want, if you're not happy with this style, maybe you can make it bigger. Where is this? So no, I do not look, doesn't, for me, I wear glasses, so say maybe I like it to be 3.45 or something, or 3.5 or something. Okay. Okay. I was talking about copy up. Did I say okay? No, okay, 3 looks good, isn't it? So I hope this is okay. Another question just came up is I'm not in Germany, which I put comma here. I put a comma when it is, let's say, after 3000, isn't it? So what do I do is click here, modify, I think the primary text, one of these arrows, 1 minute, yeah, yep, here, decimal as period, that's full stop. This looks better, right? Okay, so I hope you people understood what I was trying to convey message. Okay, I show you one more trick. Okay, okay, this is a good trick. I suppose I did something like this. Okay, and I said, John, I don't want, let's say this part of the object, I want it to, like this is a 1:1, isn't it? But it becomes too big. I don't want to come down. What you can do is select the dimension. Okay, this is called for only one, isn't it? Property, instant properties. Annotative scale. Click add. Click 1:1 and say okay. Okay, doesn't matter. Then come here, change this to this, and say okay. Not happy with this. Okay, doesn't matter. Click here. I think you have to follow the procedure, isn't it? There is no giveaway from this. Okay, but still I recommend you to change the scale. Whenever you do something, change the scale. Okay, I'll just show you one more this hiccup you might get. Let's say 1:100. Okay, let's say I was working in this drawing. Okay, this is kind of a disadvantage, kind of an advantage. Say now if I move this, okay, he's lucky. Anyway, my aim was today to teach you what is this annotative scale. The trick is simple. Whatever you do here, make sure if you are in this layout, 1:100 layout, make sure you are in that is checked. If I am 1:50, what is 1:10, make sure 1:10 is checked, and then you start drawing. So you get perfect printing, or say perfect scale. Okay. Okay, if you have any comments or something, let me know. Yeah, that's the story. Just show you what I was trying to convey a message. We said 1:10, right? Yep. Yeah, why he is giving error is, I just show you 1 minute. Cancel. Oops. Preview, isn't it? This looks normal. This looks good. You see that error also went off. Okay. Anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed this class. I think this class is more about the background. So yeah, basics on this. This is the most important thing. This might look very, very basic, but I think this basic many people have facing problem with that. Okay. Anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed this beautiful class. See you all fresh in the next and energized in the next class. Take care. Keep moving forward.